This is the Certain Talk.
Hi there, this is Hugo Arena. This is the Certain Talks. And today I have a very special guest here. The guy is a DJ based in London, specialized in disco, boog, and funky. And his name is Kirollus. How are you,
Here you go. I'm good, man. How you doing,
Thanks
bro?
for coming, man.
No, my pleasure.
Nice. We met last year. It was super cool, man, to meet you.
Yeah, it was good.
And start to listen your mix. And as I told you, he's a reference for me too. So, man, what's your first memory with music? Let's start like that.
I mean, the first memory with music that kind of like impacted what I'm doing now is just like on TV. I just saw like just watching music videos and then Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg came on.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing that got me into music, because after that, I was really interested in that song. I went out and bought the album. And then I was just listening to anything that Snoop Dogg was on.
Cool.
So I was like looking for compilations with him on it and stuff like that. And that introduced me to other music, because then I started playing GTA San Andreas, and then there was some Snoop Dogg music on there. So I delved into his old stuff, you know, from the Death Row era. So if it wasn't for that one video, I don't know if I would have like caught onto music as I did, because
Cool.
it wasn't like I was growing up listening to good music, because my parents weren't really into music.
That's
you know?
what I want to ask. Before
there was
Snoop Dogg,
there was nothing, because my parents didn't really listen to music.
Yeah,
because they're from a background they're from Sudan, right?
Okay.
In Africa originally, and there's just not a history of people like collecting records or making mixtapes or anything like that.
Okay.
So they just don't appreciate music and DJing. It just doesn't exist out there, really. There's some like traditional Sudanese music, but there's not really like a scene at all. So I wasn't hearing like good funky music or anything that was really catching my ear until that Snoop Dogg track.
Okay,
it was produced by the Neptune, so I think maybe it was the production and then Snoop's flow.
Yeah.
So that was
Cool.
that's an early memory.
Did you explore some Sudanese music after?
Yeah, I don't know, because I
started,
used to make beats before I was DJing.
Oh, cool. I
And
didn't know
so
that.
so I was looking for samples and stuff. So I came across some Sudanese music somehow, and I was just like vibing on it. It's good. It's a mix of like Middle Eastern and then African music, like Sub-Saharan African. So it's a good sound.
Amazing. And did you produce what do you make? Mainly beats?
So I was making beats. I was inspired by people like Jay Dilla,
Okay.
Dr. Dre. So I was making like
I don't know these people.
So you know the G Funk, and I was listening to a lot of G Funk before at that time, and then I was inspired by like Dame Funk. So I was trying to make like my own modern funk production, and then I kind of stopped doing hip hop, and then it was all like
Amazing.
boogie, funk inspired stuff.
Where's this stuff?
I've kind of like, the stuff is on SoundCloud, and it got like a couple plays on the radio show, like that was like specialized in that kind of music. But then when I started taking DJing more seriously, I guess, or like being more known as a DJ, then I just put that stuff on private.
But you still produce? Or
no, I'm getting back into it. I'm gonna get back into it this year.
I'm the same. Which software did you?
I was using FL Studio. It's a really good entry level. Just like
what's the name? Sorry,
FL Studio.
FL Studio. Yeah.
Because you can just make a beat within minutes. You know, it's just so easy. So that's what I started on.
It's nice. I didn't know that. I want to listen to the tracks, man. Send to me.
Maybe I'll send you some.
Cool. And like, okay, so your main influence is like Snoop Dogg. Like when you start to listen to him, then funk, this kind of people.
Well, I mean, between there, I was listening to, because from GTA San Andreas, I ended up listening to a lot of old school hip hop as well. So Big Daddy Kane, I heard from that I forgot the station, but you know, on the game. And then I heard James Brown production, like Maceo, Parker, Soul Power 74. So I was into 70s funk before I was into boogie, and before I was into Dame Funk. So I was into old school hip hop and some 70s funk, and then Parliament Funkadelic, then Boogie, then Dame Funk, and then that was basically, and then jazz and like all different genres.
Did you
that.
buy all these records at the time, or
No,
like
I only started buying like 9 years ago.
9 years ago?
So
okay.
that was when I was really into G-Funk and James Brown and a little bit of Boogie, but my taste definitely changed since buying records.
Cool, yeah. But do you remember which was the first record you bought?
So I bought records before I even like stepped into a record shop. It was DJ Quick. So he's a producer from the West Coast, California.
DJ Quick, okay.
From Compton originally.
Did you bring this record?
I didn't bring any.
No, it's fine. Cool.
But yeah, DJ Quick, he's like as good as Dr. Dre, I'd say.
Cool.
You know,
I don't know
underrated. Yeah, he's underrated, especially in the UK. But in California, he's like a hero out there.
Cool. I'm gonna check 100%. And so, you said you started collecting 9 years ago, and then you start to buy hip hop first, and then and then you become like
I bought stuff like I remember buying Gangstar, Eric, EPMD, Eric Sermon, and I forgot the other guy, but I was buying old school hip hop and a little bit of funk and things like that. Yeah,
cool.
That's what started off.
And the DJing, when you started, how you started?
Yeah, so I only bought one record deck because I was just collecting at first. I had like an interest in DJing, but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to start, like, you know, get started. So when I had one deck, I think it was a DJ Quick tune that I had playing, and I was just like seeing if I could beat match because I only have the one deck. So I put a song on YouTube or Spotify or something.
I did that.
and then have the one deck playing music out the speakers. So I've got the phone playing music and then the speakers playing music from the hi-fi. And then I was just seeing if I could match the tempos, and I matched it pretty easily.
Cool.
Because I was producing music, so I already had a good ear, you know,
you
I could
had
count
the drums
beats
in your
and stuff.
head,
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I can, like, this is something I could do. So I tried to get a second deck, so I waited till I could find a bargain on eBay.
To mixing,
Yeah, and then I got a second deck, and that was it. Rest is history.
And then was the start. When was it?
I think that was maybe 2015.
Oh, man.
Maybe.
How old are you? Sorry.
30.
So young, man. Okay, and then you start to mix, and then you record your mixes, or you went to play somewhere? How was it? Like,
I can't remember if I think I put a mix out online before I got my first. Before I got to play out first. I can't remember. Actually, I definitely did, but then, so I didn't even know how to record straight from the mix, or maybe I was just so excited, so I recorded a mix with my phone, so it was like bad phone quality. But I was still so excited and happy and proud about it, so I posted it on my SoundCloud. And then I thought, actually, maybe that's not a good idea, so I took it down. But I wish I didn't delete it, because I would have liked to have listened back, because that was my first ever recorded mix.
It's not there anymore. Oh my God, man.
It was like the music of like Kashif, Paul Lawrence III, so it was a lot of early 80s boogie in that first mix.
Cool.
And then I recorded another one with the intention of putting it online. So I think I planned it out and everything. And that one is on SoundCloud. It's Boogie Party on Wax. So that's what I titled it as.
This is like one of the first ones you did.
That's the first like official one, I guess, one that had good sound quality.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm still happy listening back to that. I'm still happy with it.
Yeah,
you know? I think it's got a good flow, and you know.
I'm gonna put the links to people to listen this one. And the first party, how was the first party? Tell me, how was it?
It wasn't, so my first gig was, I basically was working at the record shop at the time. And
which record?
Oh, Uptight Records in Hove. Yeah. The one, I've been there, I only just left a few months ago, now that I've moved to London. So I was working there for about 8 years. So I learned a lot.
So that explains a lot. So you found a lot of records there.
Yeah, or just knowledge, or just like appreciation for different genres that I wasn't really hip onto before, you know.
Cool.
So yeah, this guy Dumani, he came in asking my boss if he wanted to DJ for him, and I think that was the case, or maybe he came to repair his deck or something. But he was there anyway, and then I was like trying to play out, but I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
So I think I asked him, or maybe my boss mentioned me or something, and he just gave me a shot. So I played. It's just like a pub next to the station, Hope Station. It was good. Like I played a lot of, like thinking back, I played some really good music for my first gig. You know, like
Only with records.
yeah. Like Norma Jean Wright, Love Attack. Like I still remember the songs Genie by BBQ Band.
Oh,
BB and Q Band. And Haven't You Heard by Patrice Rushen. I remember people were dancing to it. I didn't see, but apparently outside, Dumani was telling me like people were dancing to this.
You couldn't see like
No, so people danced to my first gig, so that made me
That's good.
happy.
And
you know, that was a
this
success.
is one track that no one plays. It's very difficult to see people playing this track.
Right, really? I play it quite often.
No, I saw in Just Cafe you playing. I said, I told you, I said, man, no one plays this track.
Crazy.
Why? Like it's
Always
super
goes
tune.
off.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that was your first party.
That was the first time I played out.
And then you got paid for that, or like?
Yeah, he wanted to pay me, but I refused, which I probably shouldn't have in hindsight, you know, because
It's fine.
it kind of like I think if you charge, then you set like some sort of certain level of respect towards what you do. But I just appreciate him giving me the opportunity.
Yeah,
you know, he wasn't making more money from me playing. Like he would be taking money out of his pocket, and he had to. He did actually have to repair Technic's deck. I remember now because I was like, I use that money for the repair. You know, oh, my boss, he sells records, but he also repairs equipment.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah, that was why he was there.
You don't play with digital, right? You don't use digital or...
No, I've done it a couple times on radio. Like that was years ago. So
long time ago.
Yeah. But I don't really feel a need to do it. But maybe in the future, if I'm like touring Europe and I don't want to, and I'm playing different parties that require different vibes, then maybe for those cases, I'm gonna start playing
mostly
digital,
vinyl.
maybe.
Yeah,
We'll
the
see.
problem is
I'll take the records as well. Definitely, I won't be leaving. I'd never do a gig without taking records.
Yeah, and why vinyl? What is vinyl for you? Like, why is your passion for vinyl? Tell me that.
It's just, it makes it exciting, right? It makes me DJing, finding music, all of that just much more engaging. I mean, there's loads of good qualities about playing records.
Yeah, tell me all of them, please.
I mean, I could go on and on, but you know, like this the tangible thing about it. You know, being able to look at the covers and just throw a record on, and just like put the needle on it, and you know what I mean, put the headphones on, and just that.
It's easier, right?
Yeah,
for
and
me,
you don't
it's
have to. You're just like flicking through the records. Like there's so many rituals involved in it that make it like the best form of DJing.
It's easy. You put there, you can listen. You don't need to check the stick. You need to convert the tracks. All the stuff. Record, you put the music. It's
simple,
there. The music
simple.
is there. Yeah, and warm is good. So cool. You brought some records.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some records.
Okay,
Which one do you
sure.
want to talk about first?
All right, let's talk about this one right here. This is Mr. C by Norman Connors.
Okay.
You familiar with it?
No.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. Yeah. So it's Norman Connors. He's a drummer. I think he played with legends, Herbie Hancock, maybe Miles Davis. I don't know. But like, he's got a long history, and then he started making music that was more R&B, soul focused. And then in 1981, he released this album on Arista Records.
Which one of my favorite record labels?
Yeah, it's a great label, right?
It's
like
cool.
Gil Scott's on there, and Breakwater, and so many others. One of my favorites too.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, let's. Sorry.
So that's cool, man. So there's just like every tune, every tune here is great. Like I picked this up maybe 8 years ago on Gumtree. This guy was selling his collection. And I should have got every single record, but I just ended up getting a few. I think because it would have been intimidating to take like 2,000 records. Like when I only had maybe a couple hundred at the time, you know? So I ended up buying a good bunch of them. And this was one of them. I can't remember why I chose this. Maybe because it was Norman Connors, or maybe he played it on the deck because he was playing some of the records, the owner.
You, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll take that. And then I played it one day, and it was just like start to finish. Every tune, it just is really great quality.
If it was today, you would get all the 2,000 records, right?
Yeah. I know. I messed up, man. I messed
It's
up big
alright.
time.
It's
you know?
fine. Yeah, it's difficult to find now people selling the
Definitely,
collection,
and-
right?
Yeah.
So okay, so you showed me one record. Can you show me one more, please? Whatever you want.
So this one here is Chemistry.
Chemistry, yeah.
And it's my favorite album
Oh yeah.
right now. Yeah. Because every tune is a winner, and it sets different moods as well. As in, like, you've got upbeat boogie tunes, you've got modern soul, you've got steppers, like Walking Papers.
Cool.
And yeah, just every song is absolute quality. So I'm starting to play this more in my gigs, at my gigs now. So yeah, if you come to a show, you might hear this one.
Please play us. And yeah, you spoke about the collection and that you bought a collection, 2,000 records. How many records do you have now? Do you know? Like
Yeah, I maybe have about I think I have about 4,000.
4,000
now.
records.
But there's a good bunch that I don't really need. As
Oh,
in,
yeah.
like, they're good. It's good music, but I might end up selling them. You know, because I was buying a lot, like, heavily. Like, I was buying big amounts of, like, good music, but then I was like, then I can decide if I want it or not after. You know.
Okay, you don't play these records like...
Yeah, some of them I might not play. So I want to make sure that every record in my collection is something that I can just throw on the deck, and it's just like, and I'll just be like, yeah, just
Cool,
really
cool.
vibing to it.
4,000, oh my God, is a lot.
I mean, it doesn't feel like a lot compared to some rooms I've been in, you know. But it's a
for
good
sure.
amount. I think it's probably the best amount you could have.
Yeah,
Because you guarantee, like, if you have too many records, you've got loads of filler in there. There's no doubt about it.
yeah, that's what I was talking with Patrick, the episode before. Like I said, every time I see you playing, you don't repeat tracks. Like, sometimes but it's like 90% is new. It's good for me because sometimes I don't know the track and the crowd, of course. So it's good. So 4,000 is something that I'm gonna try to get in 9 years, you said? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try in 8. Yeah, I'm trying. I probably have 500 or 600 records only.
Okay, that's still good.
Yeah, it's good.
Records are expensive. And I don't really buy new records very often because it's like £20, £25. It can really add up. I went to Notting Hill Black Music Exchange, and I picked up 2 great records for £3 each. Like, there's no reason to pay £20 for... And I played one of them a few days after at Leeds, and it went off. It really did well. And I knew it would, because it just had like a really good kick drum, great intro. It's Funk It by Eddie Esmond or something like that. But yeah.
Cool.
So I'd rather just go and find cheap bangers, but I'm happy to drop a load of money on a record as well.
Yeah, of course. If for me, it's the same. Like, sometimes I buy records in the United States because we don't have it here, or Italy or France or whatever. Because I want the record. The music it's tuned, so why not?
Like Ozone, you got that Ozone record, didn't you, from
it
America?
took 3 months to get here.
Crazy.
And I bought another. I bought Gigolette, Tina Marie.
Yeah, that's also Ozone.
Yeah, Ozone is
Produced
the
by
same. Yeah,
Gigolette.
but it's gonna take more 3 months to come.
You couldn't find a UK copy of that one?
I think I found, but it was probably £70.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
And then
Often I just wait. I just wait out.
Yeah.
Unless it's something really rare, I really rarely buy outside of the UK.
Yeah.
I'll just be like waiting it out. Sometimes the records will end up becoming even rarer and you'll like kind of regret it. But you can tell from how many people have it, how many people want it on Discogs, as to if the price is gonna kind of go crazy in the future, like potentially. But if there's like a massive amount of people that have it and the people that want it is about the same or less, then it's not really going to change in value too much, I think. So I just wait until a copy in the UK pops up.
Yeah, you're always checking. Yeah, but
and sometimes, some people, they want it right now and they got to get it. So
I bought a Harvey Manson too.
See, that's another one where there's a 12-inch of Harvey Mason. It's like a £3 record, and it's got Till You Take My Love, which is a classic rare groove song, and then it's got On and On, which is a good dance floor tune for £3. There's no reason like that shouldn't be in every soul disco DJ's collection. even though I just picked up recently. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason to drop big money on big records if you don't have the foundational tunes.
Exactly. And do you have some system to catalog the records? How do you catalog the records? Do you
Yeah.
alphabetically or something?
The albums, they were alphabetical. The albums were alphabetical when I was living in Hove.
Okay.
But now I'm trying to do it by style of music. So I've got my disco records here, my disco albums, and then I've got the rare groove albums in one section. Then I've got like the late 80s soul albums in one section, boogie in one section. So that's what I'm trying to do, because then it's easier for when I'm gigging out, because then I can just, I want to do a disco set, and I can just pull out the disco records.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do now, do it based on style instead of alphabetical.
After you said that, like something came to my mind. Like when you play, like sometimes they give you like a brief to, I want disco, I want boogie, I want just specific, or you go with the flow, or you go like because of the party, you know, the party, the gig, whatever. How that works for you?
They never request or ask me what to play. I guess they know what to expect, so they're booking me for me. But sometimes I will ask them like what kind of goes down well. So because it's their crowd and I'm not really too familiar with it. But I think I have certain tunes that I know are gonna be like universally appreciated. You know, sometimes you might play like some more like harder, like more gangster vibey boogie funk, and it doesn't go down as well in some places as it does others. But feel good disco and feel good boogie always tends to do well. Usually disco is more guaranteed to do well on the dance floor than boogie.
79 to 80.
83,
83, yeah.
I think
This kind of stuff, yeah. Cool.
80, actually, maybe like more like 81, 82.
81, 82, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so what makes a great DJ for you? Like,
I think someone who is like isn't afraid to like take risks and plays music that they want to hear, as opposed to what they think people are gonna want to hear. So like that's why I think DJs that dance are the best, because they really feel in the music, and they're just like, it's like Marcellus Pittman. He's just in the zone. He's just doing him. You know, he's not worried about what the dance floor is like reacting to too much.
He's enjoying, right?
Because if you are, then you're gonna start playing records that you probably shouldn't play, because you're panicking, right?
Yeah.
So it's that confidence. So a DJ who has confidence is important.
Cool.
Someone who's able to create a journey, you know the vibe to start with and the vibe to end on, and then the peak moments, and someone who's able to transition between two records and make the energy go up with those two, like with that transition.
Okay.
So it's like knowing the perfect moment to bring that song in, and then the perfect moment to fade it out as well.
Cool. Interesting.
So
Like,
there's a few different things.
And what is your greatest strength as a DJ? Like your
I'd say my selection.
your selection.
I think so, because I feel like the music I play, like obviously it's like it comes down to that confidence, right? I think every tune I play is like amazing. You know, I wouldn't play it otherwise.
Cool.
So I feel like selection, and I know a lot of tunes that obviously a lot of people don't know, but then I know I play a lot of tunes out that other DJs just don't play out. So I think that sets me apart.
Cool. You said.
What do you think?
Man, the way you mix is good too. Like I really like it's short and simple sometimes.
Yeah.
But the selection, because as I said, there's some tracks that I don't know, and I like to discover new music. Or sometimes you play one or two that I know, but the rest is, I'm gonna buy this or I'm gonna try to find, and then you go to Discogs or you go try to find, and you cannot find the record because it doesn't exist.
I'd be like looking for music every day. So
Yeah.
maybe there's a record I want, I see a Discog seller with it, and then I'm like, okay, let me see what else are they selling so that I can make the most of my my money, you know,
Yeah,
the
to
postage
buy.
and stuff.
Exactly.
Because I'm lucky, I have the privilege that I can be buying a lot of records. So that's how I've been from the beginning. Like my first orders were like 8 records, but like they were like £1 each. Do you know what I mean? Just trying to make the most of that
I did
postage.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Broken Beat when I arrived in London, but with funk, yeah, I did. I do all the time. Like go to the cheapest, like lowest price, and then see what is good, and then the quality
Yeah.
of the record, and then okay,
Yeah.
£1, £2. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
With £30, £40, you buy a lot of
Yeah,
records. It's good.
right.
You have like a set 1 hour. Yeah.
And then I'll listen to as many tunes as I can on YouTube. So I'll be like online digging, and then I can discover really good music that way. And some of my favorite tunes that I play in my
Yeah.
sets have been found through just looking at someone's record store on Discogs, and then digging in real life as well. Like I said, I found that Funk It tune, which was a banger, and I didn't know about it. Yeah, so just wherever I can, I'll just be like trying to find more music. So every day or every few days, I end up finding a new tune that I can play in my sets.
What is your favorite record stores in global? Could be online, could be in London, could be whatever. Like, what is your favorite record shops? Do you have?
I mean, obviously, I got to give it up to Uptight Records where I used to work because
Yep.
they have probably the best selection of funk, soul, and jazz in the UK. Like, seriously,
I need to go there.
you need to go there, bro.
Yeah, I saw something.
It's a hidden gem, yeah, and the prices are good as well. So yeah, and you can just play. What I love about that shop is you got a deck and you got free reign, so you can just get a stack of records, which is what I used to do before I worked there. I used to go in the 3 for £10 bin and find about £60 worth of records, and then I just be playing as many as I want to, and then just choose the ones that I like, and go home with a new selection. That's how I used to discover a lot of music, and that was building my knowledge and the foundation of what I do. And like I found Kashif. Actually, I bought it.
Amazing!
Yeah. Although this is a US pressing, which I ended up buying online,
Kashif,
but the UK pressing I found at the Uptight Records in that cheap bin, and also I found Jerry Knight, Love on My Side or Love on Your Side or something like that, from that same bin. So yeah, I found some gems there, and also Rare Kind Records in Brighton. That's another great shop that I regularly find good stuff in.
Cool. Yeah,
So Brighton's got 2 really
I need to go
nice
to Brighton
places.
And outside UK, like, do you have any shop that you like?
I think I found some nice gems at Rush Hour when I was there
Cool.
last, because they've got a new space, so it's bigger than it used to be. Red Light Records got bigger space, so Red Light Records, but also Rush Hour is good.
Oh, let's talk about DJs now. I know you played with a lot of good people, but tell me people that would like to do a back-to-back, for example, dead, alive, whatever, or you done already.
Well, Marcellus Pittman, definitely.
Yeah.
And then Red Greg also. But, I like going back to back with someone who plays different genres, because then that really inspires me to dig into something that into a section of my collection that I probably wouldn't necessarily play. Because I always play a record based on the record that's already playing, where not every DJ does that. Like I've done back-to-backs where someone will already have the record ready.
The list,
before the record that I've put on is playing, it doesn't make sense, because it has to. That's what I mean about journey. You have to know what to play next based on what is playing currently.
I like that. I like this. I think this is interesting, like for the crowd and for the DJs.
Some DJs, just depends on the DJ. You need to have chemistry with that person, like musically. So I feel like Marcellus would be dope. One day,
yeah,
maybe. But I don't really see him ever doing back-to-back. So some people do it. Some DJs like back-to-back, some don't. So it just depends.
So tell me about Natasha Diggs, man. You played with her, right? You played in her party.
Yeah, she did a party Oval Space in London. So it's a Soul in the Horn. It's a regular party in New York. She's taking it all over the world. So that was the first time in London that she did that. Cool. And she invited me, Jake Milliner, and a few others. And it was good. And then we had a little back-to-back the last half an hour, I think.
Ooh, cool. That's a
That's
good one.
fun.
How was the link
Just some, I can't remember how exactly, on Instagram somehow. Oh, I do remember now actually. So a friend of mine was DJing for her Soul in the Horn.
Okay.
And then when he DJ'd for her, I was supporting like just like in the comments and stuff because it was on Twitch. It was like she was doing like every week she was doing Soul in the Horn like virtually. And so I was just supporting, and then I tagged her in the story, like tagging him too, or maybe I tagged Soul in the Horn. And then when I did that, that's just how we connected, you know? Just like supporting people, like not intentionally trying to link with her or anything, you know?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
organic. You feel me? And that's how I come to where I am now, just by like
she probably listened your mixes and then said, "Oh, this guy is good, so I'm gonna invite him." It's talent, right?
Yeah.
Cool,
Well, it's because
amazing.
we play music that's very similar. We have similar tastes, and there's just not a lot of DJs that play what we do, really. Like that, do it to like a high level. you know?
Yeah.
So, I think we just had that mutual love of music that made it a good fit for us to be playing together.
Cool, amazing. Do you have more records there?
Yeah, I've got.
Yep. Oh,
I've got this
I
album.
like this. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a classic album. Everyone knows this one. Log, Leroy Burgess production.
Yep.
And every tune is upbeat, which is kind of like unusual for a lot of the disco albums. Like sometimes you'd have a ballad or two on them.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree with you.
But yeah, just lots of great music mixed by John Morales. I don't know if he mixed this album or if he mixed the 12 inches only. But yeah, it's just a classic one that everyone needs. You know, you can check it out on Spotify if you don't know it.
Yeah. I bought the
that's the
reissue
one.
because it's very difficult to find this one. But every track is play
It used to be a lot more affordable, like a lot of these albums. But it's just because the music now is more trendy, I guess, you know?
Yeah, records are trendy now, yeah.
Yeah.
It's people. Okay, it's fine. Do you have more?
Sure.
Show me everything, man. Put everything on the table here. The ones that you show.
So this one is by a band called, well, it's two guys, Oates Van Shake. So they just combined their names to make Oates Van Shake. They also made music under the name The Limit.
The Limit, yeah, The Limit, I know.
So they're a Dutch duo, and this is one of the best Boogie albums right here. I really like the cover as well. So yeah, it's almost every tune is just such like really good, feel good. It's almost like poppy in a way. Like it's really catchy. Like it's like the best cross between synth pop and boogie, I think. And they released as their first single, "She's So Divine." I don't know if you know that tune, but that's a wicked
As
record.
Limit or as
As The Limit.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And yeah, so this album's like one of the best. And it's nice to have this US pressing because it has a different album cover design to the European pressings.
Oh yeah.
So I was happy
Check
to get
this
that.
one. Seems nice. Yeah, I would say it's Dutch because of the fun. But yeah, I'm gonna check this one. Oh, beautiful people. Love Attacks. Okay, what else?
And then another cool cover here. This one is by Enchantment. It's entitled Utopia 1983, produced by Michael Stokes, one of the best producers for funk and soul.
Cool.
And yeah, it's more like synthesizer heavy, which I really like. It's just got loads of good tunes. Like the upbeat boogie ones are great, and so are the ballads on here. Don't Fight the Feeling is actually a really good ballad that's big in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I checked the YouTube comments and
I didn't know.
I can't understand a single one because they're all in Portuguese.
Don't Fight the Feeling.
So that's a good one. That's another one that's starting to get rare. Like all of these records worth more than I paid at the time because they're just demand has just gone up. Like you used to be 15 quid, now it's 50. That log used to be 40 quid, now it's like 100. That chemistry used to be 40 and now it's like 100, 150.
Okay.
So
it's getting more difficult.
I'm glad that I got these before the hype, you know, because I just bought music because I liked it.
Yeah, of course. You only buy only if you like it, right? You play.
Well, some DJs, they'll buy stuff that they think will go down well.
Nah,
Maybe.
Okay, the natural selection is gonna take care of them.
Or
right?
or they're buying it now because there's hype.
Ah,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean? They're not necessarily buying something
Because they love it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
know
then this
that.
final classic album that everyone knows.
I love this.
It's just like the best album to take to gigs where you got like a long shift, you know, and you would just want to play
Yeah.
as many good tunes on a single album as you can. So that's one I used
Let
to
me
take
see
to
the
a lot
one.
of my
Yeah, all the tracks.
a lot of my gigs. Yeah.
Ooh, and then so do you love What You Feel? It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
One.
I think that's the only Rufus and Shaka album that was produced by Quincy and written by Rod Temperton. So that's what gives it that like timeless quality.
Cool, man. Let me ask you something. I was thinking here. I understand like music, it's your job, it's your main work. Is there something that you do like people don't know? Some curiosity about yourself that we don't know that you would like to share?
Yeah, I used to be a fine art painter. No, I mean, like I wasn't amazing
Okay.
compared to like some of the people that make it as a profession, but people that would see it would be like, wow, like I can't believe you're that good type thing, you know? So for the average person, I was really good. So
You don't do it anymore.
no, I stopped doing it.
But
Because I'm the type of person that can only like focus a lot of energy in one passion
One.
at a time,
Yeah,
really. So
makes
I still
sense.
appreciate art, and I feel like I use art in what I do, as in like my eye for detail and stuff like that, and color and things. So I use my talent, I think, as an artist in what I do still.
yeah, makes sense. Cool. I didn't know that. Do you have paintings? Do you have this material somewhere?
Oh yeah, I think I brought some with me from Hove, so I've got some somewhere. I might get back at it one day.
Cool, amazing. And people are starting to play. People are starting to collect, whatever. Give some tips or give some advice, whatever. What would you say to people that's starting, like how they should do, or whatever you want to say, man?
Someone asked me for advice a few days ago on Instagram. I replied, and my reply was, he sent me quite a long message saying he wants to get more gigs, and he was like, you know, what can I do? And I was like, is this your DJ account? Because I looked at the page and it looked like a personal page.
Okay.
I was like, is this your DJ account? He said, no, I don't have one. I was like, that's the first thing you need to do is,
Change, like, yeah.
you know,
professional,
make a
like.
DJ account. Yeah. You know, a lot of people ask for advice, but they're not doing the obvious basics really. So I used to give really solid advice, but now I realize like a lot of them don't even take it.
Yeah,
So I think that's really good advice still. Like, you know, but I'm trying to be more direct, you know, like set up a DJ account. Like it's important. That was what, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Like you said, focus in one thing. Like, yeah, it's the account is more
or
general. Like,
don't use your personal account, because if a promoter, you have to think of things from the other person's perspective, you know, whether it's promoter, whether it's you know, audience, whatever. I always do things thinking about who is receiving what I'm putting out there, as well as myself. So yeah, that's important. It's just to think about how you're projecting what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Cool.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that don't post on social media much. And I'm like, it's important, but they still don't do it. So that's the way now. You got, it's just,
Yeah,
you
you
have
need
to do it. There's no if and buts, you know.
You need to promote yourself, otherwise won't work.
Yeah,
right?
because other people are promoting way harder than you. So you have to keep up with what other people are doing.
Cool, amazing. And where we can find your mixes, your social, give me all the details,
I mean,
please.
if you look up Kirollus, it's all going to
Kirollus.
show up, right?
On the
SoundCloud will be there, YouTube, Instagram. It's all
You
going to
have
come up.
These are your main three, right? Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what else?
I've got Spotify playlists as well. So
yeah. You have
those are good.
you have a second page called Groove Anthology, right? What is that?
So it started off as A platform to share mixes. So
Okay.
I was having this mix series called 40 Minutes of Funk. So I was inviting some of my favorite DJs from around the world who I respected to like contribute and give a short mix. And they were really good. And it was nice to like give exposure to DJs who I respected. And then there was a point where I kind of like lost a bit of interest in it so much, and I was gigging out more, so that was taking a bit more of my time. And then there was a point where I think it was sometime last year, I decided to just share music on that platform. So I was sharing it, and I changed the name to Groove Anthology. And yeah, so now it's a platform to share music, share like cool, entertaining videos of with the music that I play as the roots of it. And yeah, it's a cool little platform, you know. And I started did my own party under Groove Anthology at NT's Loft.
Yeah. I missed.
Yeah, man, that was good. I've got the live recording on SoundCloud of that one, so people can listen back who weren't there. And so yeah, I had the idea for this year to do parties under the Groove Anthology name, but maybe that will happen next year. But that's something I want to do and be able to book DJs that I respect.
Yeah.
Because in London, even though there's like a good scene, there's a lot of great DJs that don't play here often, and they should. So I want to give like opportunities to them.
Cool, amazing. So Groove Anthology 2024. Not 23, no?
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on still like reaching more people and building my fan base. And then I can use that to then launch parties in a way that will make them even more, you know, engaging, I guess, even more like successful. Yeah, cool. You know, because it's all about timing, right? You can't rush into things.
Exactly.
And so I spoke to a promoter friend of mine, and he was like, maybe you should wait a bit. You know, so I'm waiting for the right time. Everything's about, not doing anything too early. Like when I started DJing out, I was already like ready, you know. That's why I never felt nervous or anxious before gig, because I was already ready. I always felt ready for them. Cool. You know.
This is confidence and talent together, right?
You could say that.
Yeah, amazing. So Kirollus, I would like to thank you to come, and it was really rich for me and everyone. I think they're gonna love it. So please check this man, check the mixes, check the YouTube channel and the Instagram, and keep eye on the schedule, because when he plays, worth the night. So Kirollus, thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna put all your social medias and people can follow you and find you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hugo. My pleasure. Good to chat with you as always.
Amazing. This man. And watch the other episodes, like, subscribe, and that's it. Thank you.
This is the Certain Talk.